Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Dana Scranton, and welcome to 8-Minute Wisdom. Well, today's episode is the first, if you will, in a series of a review of Tony Robbins and Dean Grazioli's recent seminar on the game has changed. You'll see it on the graphic right there on top. The game has changed. Well, what game are they referring to? Well, it's kind of interesting because it's a game that they have played for a great many years. But what has changed is the ability of more people to play the game. And what is that? It's the knowledge market. That's what they're talking about. I'm going to call it the knowledge economy because really knowledge is a product. And a product, of course, is part of a market. But there's a knowledge economy out there that is an economic powerhouse all of its own. The question is, what does that mean, and how do you, as an entrepreneur, take advantage of it? Basically, the knowledge economy is the ability to teach people what you know, what you've learned, your experiences, your philosophies, your wisdom, and so forth. That's the knowledge economy. The value of what you have to teach determines whether or not you can participate in that market. And it requires a fair amount of marketing intelligence. But when I say a fair amount, all that really truly means is this, that you identify and understand the people you serve or seek to serve. We're going to get into that later. But what is this knowledge economy? Well, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's people selling ideas, it's courses, it's it's seminars, it's coaching, it's all the things that involve communicating from you in some make, shape, way, or form to a population of people who desire to know, what you have to teach, what you have learned, and so forth. And why is that such a big market? Well, in part because we have had a major shift in the way that we as people now live and earn. We've had an upheaval in the employment market. The traditional employment model is pretty much on its way out. We've had a transition to remote work, which I call remote value generation, keeping in mind that if you're not generating value, you're going to be remotely fired, displaced. The point being is that we have a total change in the economy and the way the employment works and the way people want to live. They want more knowledge to shortcut the path and the journey to getting what they want. That's the key. A knowledge economy is about shortcutting. It is about reducing the time from start to finish, from 0 to 100%. That's what the knowledge economy is about. And to the extent that you, with what you know, what you learn, and your experiences that you had in life, can help someone go from where they are to where they want to be faster, then you have a product. So that's what has changed. There is more demand for people wanting to go from where they are to where they want to be with more control, more confidence, and get there quicker, right? So that's what it's all about. That's what the game has changed. The game has changed because there's more people who want that particular outcome, a faster arrival at where you want to go. And the knowledge industry is how you do that. Now, with AI and the internet combined, it's becoming extremely easy to access information. But you got to be very careful here. The information you access has got to come from you in an authentic manner. And what do I mean? Well, if you go out and you do an AI search for a certain topic and it comes back with you and just does a dump of all these thoughts and ideas and you have no clue what they mean, but you go out and start teaching them, it's going to become very apparent that you don't know what you're talking about. then you have no market, and then you have a problem. What the knowledge economy is all about is you teaching what you know. Okay, so how do you get to the point where you can teach something because you know it? Well, it's not as hard as you might think. And one of the things we're going to go over are the tactics and the techniques that Tony and Dean taught in this seminar. I've seen them before, but they have reiterated them, so I'm going to share them with you. And it's a process. It's a process that you go through to identify what it is you need to know. You go find what you need to know, and then you internalize it as part of a plan or a strategy, if you will. When you go through that process, you are in the very early stages of becoming an expert in that topic. Now, in the personal development area, there's a saying that goes around that says something to the effect of, if you spend an hour a day or even 30 minutes a day reading and studying on a topic that you find valuable to you, then within a very short amount of time, you will become an expert. What's an expert? Somebody who knows more than somebody else. Well, and has the ability to convey what they know, to utilize what they know. Not too many people read in depth anymore. I hate to say that, but I've seen it over and over again. They pick up a book, for example, this book. See how thick this thing is? How many people would actually read that book? And this is Napoleon Hill's Laws of, we're dealing with a video problem here, yeah. The Law of Success. This was Napoleon Hill's compendium of everything that he learned before he wrote Think and Grow Rich. How many people would sit down and read that book to find the nuggets that can be taught to the knowledge economy, the market? Not many. Those who do, well, you are now an expert. Because in the journey of reading and studying, you are ultimately going to associate that with some of the experiences that you've had in the past. So now you actually have the ability, credibility to teach, to share the knowledge that you have gained. It's simple. That's another thing that has changed in the world today. The ability to access information and to get it out there quickly. We have an economy now that drives on digital phenomena, everything digital, everything electronic. And that's wonderful. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I stepped in a library. It's the sign of the times. But that's the core of what was taught in this webinar, this series with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. It's the knowledge market. I refer to it as the knowledge economy. And so we're going to be going into that over the next several episodes, actually, because I want to share with you what I've learned and what I know of this situation, because I've been there. I've had the opportunity to take several webinars, seminars, if you will, from Tony. And in fact, way back in the early 80s, I've got a whole, a video cassette tape series that Tony taught. And I find him to be one of the most prolific and impactful personal development coaches that there has ever been. Now, there's people like Jim Rohn who are exceptional, and I think he was one of Tony's mentors. So you can take that and see what Tony has done with it. All right, well, that's it for today's episode. I wanted to convey to you what the knowledge economy was, why it's important, what it should be important for, and how you might be able to take advantage of it. So stay tuned for the next episode. I'm going to go into one of the core messages. It's a powerful general message, and we're going to start there as we move into the rest of the information. Well, thank you for watching this episode, and we'll see you out there on the frontier of possibilities and in the next episode. Take care.